December 1944. In the frozen Ardennes, a small town was about to face one of the war's hardest battles.
Bastogne was small, but the roads crossing here made it vital to the entire battlefield.
Whoever held Bastogne could control movement across the Ardennes.
On December 16th, German artillery opened the offensive with a massive surprise bombardment.
Thousands of shells crashed onto American positions before dawn, catching many units off guard. Many American troops had only seconds to react before the German attack tore through the line. German infantry and armor pushed forward fast, using the forest roads to break through the front. The fighting spread quickly from the forests into villages, crossroads, and frozen open ground.
Within days, the German advance threatened to split Allied forces and shatter the line. American commanders knew Bastogne had to be held, and reinforcements were rushed toward the town. American reinforcements raced toward Bastogne through frozen roads and forests.
The soldiers arriving here were paratroopers from the 101st Airborne Division.
They arrived exhausted from the journey, and many lacked proper winter gear. Despite the cold and exhaustion, the soldiers immediately began preparing defenses.
A defensive ring slowly formed around the town of Bastogne.
German forces were already closing in on Bastogne from several directions.
German infantry moved carefully through the snow, searching for weak points in the defense.
The first firefights erupted along the outer defenses of Bastogne.
Both sides fought fiercely across the frozen woods and fields.
The battle for Bastogne had begun. The German attack kept pushing forward through the frozen forests. German armor soon joined the assault against the American defenders. American soldiers fought back with everything they had. Fierce fighting spread across the frozen woods around Bastogne. By now, Bastogne was nearly surrounded.
A transcription features an English narration that fits the historical context of the Battle of the Bulge, as requested.
Heavy artillery began pounding the American defenses.
Despite the bombardment, the defenders held their positions.
Inside Bastogne, supplies and ammunition were already running low.
Bastogne was now completely cut off.
The German commander demands your immediate surrender.
Inside Bastogne, American commanders considered the demand.
The American defenders refused to surrender.
After the refusal, the bombardment grew even heavier.
The cold was nearly as dangerous as the enemy.
Ammunition and medical supplies were running dangerously low.
Still,
The defenders refused to abandon their positions.
But help was already on the way.
On December 23rd, the weather finally began to clear.
Allied aircraft finally appeared over Bastogne.
Parachutes carrying vital supplies began falling from the sky.
Food, ammunition, and medical supplies reached the defenders.
The defenders of Bastogne could fight on.
With supplies restored, the defenders strengthened their positions.
The fighting soon resumed around the frozen perimeter. Despite repeated attacks, the line around Bastogne still held.
Far to the south, American armor was pushing toward Bastogne.
The relief force was getting closer.
The American relief column kept advancing through the frozen countryside.
German forces tried to stop the relief force before it could reach Bastogne.
The American attack forced its way through the German defenses.
By December 26th, the relief force was almost there.
The Siege of Bastogne was finally broken.
American soldiers inside Bastogne finally met the relief column.
A narrow corridor opened, allowing supplies and reinforcements to reach the town. The battlefield around Bastogne showed the cost of the fighting.
The battle in the Ardennes was far from over.
The stand at Bastogne became one of the most famous defenses of the war.
The Siege of Bastogne had lasted for days in brutal winter conditions.
The forests around Bastogne were scarred by the fighting.
With Bastogne secure, Allied forces began pushing back.
The German offensive in the Ardennes was beginning to fail.
The defense of Bastogne became a symbol of determination in the war.
With Bastogne secure, Allied forces pushed deeper into the Ardennes.
The German offensive in the Ardennes was collapsing.
The forests around Bastogne bore the scars of the battle.
The defenders of Bastogne had held their ground.
The stand at Bastogne became legendary. For days, surrounded soldiers fought against overwhelming odds. The defense of Bastogne became a symbol of courage. It marked a turning point in the Battle of the Bulge.
Bastogne would forever be remembered.
The Battle of Bastogne remains one of the most enduring stories of World War II.